Hey everybody, Jeff here.
And it's Ian.
Oh, how's it going? It's been one long week since
very long
come
week.
to you with a podcast, and this week, rather than our regular episode, we're going to give you one that was in the can just a few short weeks ago. We weren't sure what to do with it. It's on a special product called Grum.
You've heard of it.
Everyone's heard of Grum. I can assure you we're not sponsored by Grum.
Heavens no.
They have not given us these nice boats that
Nope.
we're on currently.
Yeah. It's a very nice boat, though, just let me say.
Plural. We're actually on a boat stacked on another boat. Fantastic, but not given to us by Grum Corp.
Not at all.
Although they would be kind enough to do that, I'm sure.
Because they're a great company.
But I hope you enjoy it. It's a little bit different. We'll be back to you next week with a regular issue of our
audio magazine.
Our smoothie audio magazine. And Ian has a challenge for you today.
Yes. If you can guess the exact date that this podcast recorded, we've hidden some subtle hints. It's like a TV mystery show. If you guess it, one of our next smoothies will be named after you. Yes,
That's
you, the
right.
listener.
So if you guess, I think we're giving a bit of leeway. So maybe within like 1 week.
Maybe, yeah.
If you can guess the week of the year, then we'll give you a smoothie named right after you. Enjoy.
That's it.
You ready there, Josh?
Sure.
Okay. So, what are we doing today, guys?
This is welcome to
a very special episode of Smoothie
Podcast. That's our.
We don't even know the name of our show anymore. We've been on hiatus for a while. We were the three of us were on maternity leave. T is still on maternity leave.
In Montreal.
Where we collectively had a child. The first star child since 1976. I think that deserves some applause.
It was a momentous occasion, Canada. Big celebration.
Momentous occasion.
Momentous occasion.
What did you just say?
Momentous occasion.
But this is kind of a new. We're trying something.
Yeah. So basically, there's a drink that the three of us love that.
Well, really, we all love.
That we all love, but that T wasn't so big into. It's one that I think all of you know. Every morning, you can tell what we have out here if you're watching the video podcast. If you're listening, every morning, I think pretty much all of us wake up and brew just a nice,
delicious brown,
warm,
caffeinated
drink that we all call Grum.
Grum, of course, Grum.
So for those of you listening from, I don't know, the moon, who don't know what Grum is.
We barely even need to talk about this, but
Grum is a drink made half from coffee and half from tea.
Perfect 50-50 split.
Perfect 50-50 split of the two. And we have on front of us here a bunch of different forms of coffee and a bunch of different forms of tea because we want to see what the best combination is to make the perfect cup of Grum.
Now, just to note, sometimes here in Canada, they give it out in bags already. So most time it's already made. It's in a bag.
But we're purists.
So we do it ourselves. We ground the beans, we open the tea sacks.
Sometimes we just use Tasmo.
The purists
as you can see, we have a whole variety of equipment in front of us. So first up we have here is the rose hip tea. And what are we going to put in that? Do we want to go for a randomization here?
Do we have our A. Salvatore dice, or have we already lost?
No, we can't show that on video.
We can just try and just
because the video was only 3-dimensional.
Should we just all try and agree on something? We've got a Swiss hazelnut coffee, a French vanilla coffee. We have
What do you think will go worse
have,
with the
selection brand
McDonald's McCafe is another.
That's a good choice.
Do we want to go for that?
Let's go for the McCafe.
All right. So we're gonna go for the fanciest tea that we have with the least fancy coffee.
So we're gonna also just to note, as part of the purist's mindset of drinking Grum, you have to get this very special cups. I have the Orange County Choppers mug.
Yeah, I have a very, very old
and very erotic
pizza mug.
And I have the Jeff mug, which just says my name in a bunch of different languages. And if you can spot them all and tweet them at us, you'll win a prize.
And just to note, these are the only 3 Grum cups. You get when you're born, you get one of these.
Yeah.
He just so happens to got the Jeff one.
It's actually that's the inspiration for Pokemon.
Yeah.
The starters in Pokemon.
Yep.
Well-known fact. So we're gonna press the play button here on this Tasmo, and it's gonna play out our wonderful Grum tune.
And again, welcome to Smoothie Criminals, the podcast where we drink smoothies.
You all know the Grum tune. You're all familiar with this.
The traditional Grum tune. Get ready, sing along, folks.
Sing along. Grum, 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 grum.
This is not a fast process, by the way.
Grum, grum, grum.
It's going to take a little while it...
In my tum, grum, grum. Grum, popularized, heavens, long ago. What, the Boston Tea Party? Was that right?
Yeah,
It was actually, it was, back in Boston during the Second World War, when the Boston Tea Party was occurring, there was the famous Lawrence Hill, the captain of a coffee boat, and his lover was driving another boat which had tea on it, and the two of them, in their love,
into those
collided into each other,
New England shores,
and into the New England shores, where Boston is.
as far as I know.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere around there, yeah.
And in doing so, the drowning sailors were all remarking that as scary as death and drowning was,
and it's incredibly hot.
The erotic situation.
That the boiling and just awful seas tasted wonderful.
Yeah.
And those who could hear their screams from the shore
as death
decided to invent Grum. And
as death slowly encroached on the sailors, they said, I can see drinking this in the morning.
So our first brew is ready. I'm excited.
I wish we had our typical breakfast foods to eat with this, such as milk bread and yam jelly, but
and the custom and the
I could go for some yam jelly right now.
Yeah, some yam jelly with
who gets the bag? Classic morning routine.
Yep. Whoever gets the bag gets good luck throughout the day.
I really don't trust you. If there's one thing I don't trust Josh with, it's
this.
Like
it's Grum.
Hot liquids.
Yeah.
Like boiling hot liquids right over my lap and hand.
Well, he's almost cut himself multiple times already.
And
I got the bag. So
a prosperous new year to you, sir.
Some say that if you get the bag, by the end of the day, you will get the best boss you've ever had in your life, and you'll get a new job out of it.
Oh boy.
So, smell rating.
This smells just like...
What kind of coffee is this again?
It's McDonald's McCafe.
I believe that's an Arabica.
That's a little bit of Big Mac there, I think. Just a whiff of Big Mac and cardboard.
Mm-hmm. French fries, salt, Filet-O-Fish.
Pimply teenager a little bit there.
I'll admit, the rosehip is quite lost in the burnt taste of the McCafe.
It just tastes like bad coffee, yeah.
Yeah.
It tastes like very watered down.
Yeah, this is like watered down McCafe. So McCafe it tastes like.
It basically just tastes like water.
No, I definitely taste a strong sense of coffee. Like a coffee was here.
Yeah, there's a presence.
And did something in my water and then left.
Like something foul that you didn't care for?
No, like a coffee. Like someone...
Like coffee showed up and he did something real bad.
You know what it's like? It's like... I don't know if you've ever had a lover who was...
Have you ever taken a lover, Jeff?
I don't know. I'm getting a phone call here. Should we take this on air?
Have you taken a lover? Yeah, we can take it on air.
I'll take this on air.
Has Kat been on the show? No.
She has not been on the show, so I'm going to put her on air here with us.
Hello?
Hi, Kat.
Hi, Kat.
You're on air? Katrina?
Katrina?
Huh?
You're on air with the Smoothie Criminals.
You're on Smoothie Criminals right now.
Oh, hi.
We're drinking Grum, as you would know all about.
I can't hear you properly.
We're drinking Grum. The wonderful flavor of Grum is what we're drinking right now.
Gross.
No, it's delicious. Today? It's the most common.
The guest today so far is you. You're the early morning caller who has called in.
I didn't even get to try what you guys are drinking.
Would you like to turn down your radio, please, listener? Please.
Would you like us to play some smoothie jazz for you?
Sure.
All right.
So I'm guessing that you're calling about the item that you're dropping off?
I am, but I'm not dropping off till 10 because I'm not going to the gym till 10.
That's perfectly acceptable.
She will not be dropping off.
We're going to send you a prize pack in the mail, so enjoy that. And we'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks for calling, Kat.
Okay, bye. Thanks.
Our first ever caller.
Ooh, there you go.
I like this morning show setup more than our usual setup.
I really like the idea of taking more phone calls.
Have we mentioned our tip line on the show, by the way?
Do we have a tip line?
222 tips.
Yeah. No,
If you've seen a crime called 222 tips.
Called smoothie criminals.
This just tastes like a cup of coffee that just someone made a bad cup of coffee, just did not get the water to powder ratio or bean ratio. Perfectly fine.
I think part of the problem is that the rose hip was...
Now, I bought this on a whim, just thinking it looked funny. You love this tea, don't you? Rose hip?
I actually do enjoy rose hip tea. It is very, like, a peculiar flavor. After the podcast, we can have you guys taste it. And our fans, if they want to write in to P.O. Box
Tips
555, Tips at Smoothie Criminals, and send us your letters about whether or not you like rose hip tea. I'm a big fan of rose hip tea. It is a very weird
Actually,
flavor.
you know what? Email tips at smoothiecriminals.ca. What's your favorite type of Grum? What traditional Grum ingredients do you like to put in your morning Grum?
Yeah, that's a good one, actually.
Is it
especially considering that's a real email address that we can actually...
How does your mother prepare the yam jelly in the morning?
Does she use the pig hoof like the rest of us?
You must.
Or is she a monster?
Well, you know what? Honestly, I don't mind the digital. I don't mind the digital at all.
The digital.
I prefer the pig's hoof.
Yeah.
But
of course, we're traditionalists.
if someone applies it digitally,
yeah,
I don't actually mind.
No.
I'm not like a... I can tell the difference, but it's not like a... It's not going to ruin my
sometimes
day.
it gets a little spammy, but...
Yeah. So, okay, the next tea that we're going for...
I think we're going to try this Tropic Orange.
Okay.
Boston Tea Party.
Ooh, see, it's
coming all full circle.
So put a couple tea bags in there. We're going to heat up some water.
So you can see on the can the two boats, or the boats that made love to each other, are on the can.
And there's actually a picture of all the men and women dying.
Yeah.
We're going to just show
a
this to the
horrible,
camera
cruel
here.
death. Lovely.
Those are two love boats that...
I'm glad we're drinking these hot beverages because although it is currently a toasty -12 in Toronto, earlier in the day it was a not so toasty -30. For those of you listening who aren't from Canada and are wondering how to parse what is true and what is false about our country,
It's all true.
the cold stuff is very true.
Yeah.
That was a very were you out in that?
No, I didn't. I sat in my underwear all day.
It was like a brain chilling cold.
Yeah.
It was like a stick to your ribs kind of cold.
Thunder Bay had -42 at some point in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I'm not there right now.
Ian here originally hails from a truly Canadian city called Thunder Bay.
And to put that in perspective, -30 for him is a walk in the park.
To put that in perspective,
It's balmy.
if you've watched the movie Fargo, Thunder Bay is fucking above that.
Now, we've put these bags in, and I have this instant coffee. Can I just add a little of this powder to the...
I think we're going to brew our tea first here, and then if you want to grind some coffee, we do have a grinder here.
We don't need to grind this. This is...
No. Well, some of the coffee here... I don't know where it's gone.
I could put a little of this in our cups.
This one here. Is this pre-ground, or...?
No, that is not pre-ground.
So this one, I really want to try this one, because this is the one that says... Here, Ian, you read the story on this one here.
Okay, so I'm going to read the story. So... Well, I'm going to skip over the boring part.
This is literally on the back of the coffee. Like, this is not a bit. This is not a joke. This is actually on the back of this coffee.
So this wonderful tale occurred in the year of our Lord, 1858.
Of course, as everything does.
So, I don't know, some dude went to a valley called Kicking Horse Valley, and he got kicked in the face by a horse, which, you know, if you go to Kicking Horse Valley, you got to expect something to happen like that, right? And so this is the quote. As they began to bury poor old James, they noticed his eye twitch. The legend says that it was a stiff cup of kick-ass coffee that brought him back to life. This coffee literally promises that it's a life-giving elixir.
So we're going to kill Ian live on air, and then we're going to test.
Bring it back to life, Lazarus style.
Exactly.
Modern-day Lazarus.
What other podcast would kill someone live on air to try and prove the Lazarus effect of a bag of coffee? We care. Smoothie Criminals cares.
Yeah, because, you know, as Canada law states, if it's written on a bag of coffee, it has to be true on penalty of death.
Exactly.
So if you grind that coffee, you don't need too much of it.
Now, this is not my coffee grinder, so I'm not particularly aware of the particulars.
So very simple. Fill the grinder.
How much? All the way?
Just up to that little line there.
Let's get some whiffs of this Phoenix down before we...
Can you try and open that?
Yeah.
Get a little whiffy whiff.
But if I cast this on air, it's nothing's gonna happen because she did.
It's true. But it will bring her back to life. We've already established this.
Not in that game, man. Not in that game.
That's all it took in Final Fantasy VII.
You know.
Did you find the bag of Kicking Horse?
Kicking Horse coffee?
That is nice.
That is a very nice cup. That's a very nice smelling coffee.
Jeff, you want to sniff this bag?
The answer is always yes.
Oh, that smells
Do you feel ready to come back from the dead?
so good. That really actually does smell like really good coffee.
Yeah, I've had this before. I quite like it. So, can you tell me when to stop putting beans into this?
Just fill just above that metal line there.
Just above it? So that's fine?
Yeah, that'll be good.
Okay. Very good.
We're not making a ton of it anyway.
Well, everyone knows Grum is consumed in moderate quantities. You don't want to overdo it.
No.
Oh, no.
Or else, you know what happens. We don't talk about that.
Everyone knows, and we don't need to bring that up.
No, don't. It's a very bloody affair.
This is a family show.
Yeah, don't.
So
Not after last summer.
Josh doesn't understand shapes here very well. Okay, there you go. Now push the back of it,
Okay.
and it'll start grinding.
So this is our first grind of the.
In case anyone was worried that they were going to have the typical loud, obnoxious noises of our usual show, you are absolutely wrong. Don't.
Welcome
you worry
back.
about
Happy
that.
New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year! Woo! Yay! Not quite as. Not quite as.
No, not quite as loud.
Emphatic.
Still pretty loud though.
Not bad at all.
Nope.
Sounding pretty ground.
Yeah.
Wow.
Smoothie criminals.
So I'm
It's
just
the
gonna
place
fill
to be.
Jeff is trying to. This is not a coffee maker.
This is a state-of-the-art spaceship.
This is a
To
miniature.
Flavorville.
This is from the year like 3000 when you're able to shrink into the ship. This is fantastic.
Yeah, this is
I've
a.
never seen a coffee maker that looks like this before.
We're going to shrink down to Jeff's body to fight the antibodies that are currently killing him.
What?
We're going to inject him with kicking horse coffee.
Because we're making coffee in the magic school bus.
Yeah.
Oh.
Where's Miss Frizzle? Where you Frizzle at?
Has anyone watched Magic School Bus in the last 5 years? We'll say?
of course.
I'm going to go and say I haven't watched Magic School Bus in the last 20 years.
Jeff has watched Magic School Bus in
Of
the
course
last.
I have. I'm friends with Melinda.
I guess classic question: Does it hold up?
Yeah, of course it does.
Should I unplug this so we can pour it in, or?
As soon as I can get this on.
I feel like the Magic School was one of those shows that the more you learn about when you're an adult, the more you're like, wow, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it was a show specifically made because there was a lot of white kids on children's television.
Yeah, it was a show that actually had showed people of color in it, and actually
And a lizard.
a lizard, a talking bus. That wasn't acceptable in the 70s.
Nope.
You
As
would-
per Canadian law. That law was changed in the 90s, though. Don't
Thanks,
worry.
Stephen Baker. And it taught actual. That might. Pound for pound.
Interesting thing I just found out about this coffee maker. It will not let you turn it on until you set the clock.
Huh.
So when I unplugged it from upstairs and brought it down here, the clock forced me to set it.
That seems like a stupid feature.
So I think we need to
I
agree.
guess the advantage to that.
How are you
is that-
still drinking this, by the way? I downed mine like 10 minutes ago.
Can we agree this first cup, which included, wasn't it the rose? What is it?
rose hip tea?
And the McDonald's coffee. You probably don't want to use such a light
No.
tea for your Grum.
And you don't want to use McCafe coffee in any situation of your life ever.
You know, I actually don't mind a McDonald's cup of coffee.
You can do better.
I wish we had the
I
camera.
feel-
You can do better, Josh. Don't put yourself down. You can
I
do
honestly
better.
feel like the percentage of coffee to tea that we're putting in this one is going to be
Better.
more overpowering.
You would have thought, as people who have been drinking Grum since we were babies,
Yeah.
we would have figured
Because
out
we're
this
literally out of
equation
the
by
womb.
now. But
Yeah.
The first thing they give you out of your womb, you know what to say. A nice shot of Grum right into your butthole.
warm your gullet,
So-
youngin. Right into your butthole.
While this
exactly.
coffee here is brewing, we have a little bit of time to talk about the big, it's the new year. What's happening tomorrow morning?
Nothing. We're all going to die tonight because of this.
It's Y2K. It is
It's
the year 1999.
The first Nintendo Direct of
It goes-
2015.
Whoa! First Nintendo Direct! Yay!
So approximately 20 to 25 minutes of Yoshi's Yarn.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yoshi's Fuck Adventure.
Possibly Miyamoto, like a teaser of Miyamoto playing Star Fox.
No, he's going to be playing... No, this is what's going to happen. He's going to be playing Star Fox on a television, but you'll never see the television, and it's going to be him laughing maniacally the entire time.
And for all we know, he'll just be measuring things in Iwata's office.
Yeah, that's going to be the whole 25 minutes, and it'll be amazing.
Now, I'd have to go back and really look at this, but off the top of my head, if I can recall one thing about 2014, it's that literally no video games were released in the year 2014.
Nope.
I believe the last video game released was Beyond Two Souls in November of 2013.
Yep, that's the last one they made.
I think the lasting impact of 2014 for video games will be, of course, that no games came out. It was the death of the video game
It
industry.
actually was a pretty bad year.
It was historically weak. Yeah, I actually did look into that.
both even in like there were some good indie games. I don't want to upset people. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of indie.
Although even a lot of those,
but even in the indie scene, I felt like there was sort of a lull this year. I don't know what it was.
I think last year was stronger indie wise. I think the only thing like Transistor came out this year. Broken Age came out.
Transistor is I think one of the best games that came out.
The fourth episode of Kentucky Route Zero came out this year, but that's a series from a couple years ago, so I don't know if you could really count it as a 2014.
Which is a weird thing. We have at some point the video community has to get together and decide this, whether episodic content counts as a full release game. I think it does.
Wow, and yeah, I guess Banner Saga, did that come out in 2014?
Yes.
The Wolf Among Us was a cool game. I don't know if it's really indie. It's Telltale.
That wasn't that. Was that not 2013?
No,
the first release?
No, I think it was this year. It was fully 2014, I believe.
Because that was a great. Yeah, Wolf Among Us was an amazing game too. Yeah, what else really came out? Like I'm not.
Shadows of Mordor.
I guess the Smash Bros games are like they're fun.
Shadow of Mordor, also known as everyone's default game of the year.
Shadow of Mordor, aka a really good game, but kind of mediocre.
I played a bit of it,
and thus far and away the best game of 2014.
Yeah, I played a bit of it, and it's like it's like this is good because it's 2014. Like any other year you'd be like, yeah, like the mechanics work, the gameplay works, the concept of like scaring the shit.
It doesn't glitch. It works. And you put it in your game system and it works.
I feel like BioWare dodged the ball this year because I feel like in a stronger game year, people maybe would have been less forgiving of some of the typical BioWare isms of the new Dragon Age game.
Inquisition, yeah.
Because it was
like there was
kind of head and shoulders above everything else.
There wasn't a lot of big RPGs to latch onto too. There's some good JRPGs.
Bravely Default.
Super
Smash came out.
It did. I played it. I have it.
It is. We all have it.
Yeah. Well, I have the Wii U version, so I'm better than you.
Is that how that works? Oh,
Jeff doesn't know how to use his own coffee maker. That's the fun fact.
We have established so it's not a coffee maker.
Oh yeah, we've already established it's the Magic School Bus.
It's Hank Pym's rotation device. It's his preferred method of travel.
Can we talk about that Ant-Man trailer? Did you watch that Ant-Man trailer?
Is it a trailer? Can you call it that?
It's a 2-minute trailer.
Was there a full-length trailer?
They released it. It was the most mediocre thing I've ever seen. It's not funny. There's no humor in it at all. It was completely dour. At one point, he shrinks and turns into it and rides an ant.
In fairness to them, if we're going entirely off of the comics, there's really nothing funny about Ant-Man.
Well, when you get comedy writers and comedians to be in your movie, you'd think you'd want to try to push it as a comedy.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I'm not Marvel. Maybe I'm nuts. But
no one makes me laugh like Michael Douglas.
So the smell,
beautiful.
Yeah, it's much.
The orange really comes through.
The orange? I thought we're still using the.
No, this is like an orange.
Yeah.
Oh, is this orange?
I'm not gonna lie. This, to my nose, does not smell good.
Are you an anti-orange kind of guy?
I don't know that smells like.
It's got kind of like a.
And just know mine's gonna taste a little bit different than yours because I still have this rose thing in mine.
It's got kind of like a spiced odor.
Okay, not bad. Not bad.
I feel like the orange is entirely aromatic.
Yeah, it sort of disappears when you sip it.
Well,
This is much more like a traditional Grum flavor.
Yes.
It does taste like what a Grum.
I know people are listening or watching and thinking this is too wild for my taste. I don't like what they're doing. They're bastardizing a drink we all love and hold so dear, and I understand where you're coming from. But we're trying to open minds here.
This, to be fair, when I think of Grum, is very. It's got the sort of aromatic highlights that would not be present in like a regular cup because it's got that sort of whatever that orangey sort of. But yeah, in terms of the flavor. Definitely, the first cup of Grum I ever had tasted very much like this.
It is a little sweet on the back end, though. I kind of disagree with you. I think I do get a little...
But I don't... I like it. I think it's kind of subtle, the sweetness. You get a little bit of a spice flavor, but it's not it's not overpowering.
And this coffee is good, so it helps.
We did use a good bag of coffee.
Yeah.
We'll be using the Taster's Choice knockoff next.
Good. Yeah.
Is that what we're going to be using next, really?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh,
nothing better than Taster's Choice knockoff, except for Taster's Choice.
Taster's Choice knockoff? What does that even mean?
It's a no-name brand.
One of the great things about Grum, too, is you just keep... The more you drink of it, the more you get left over from the previous... And I mean, everyone's Grum pot at home, of course, looks like... I've never washed out my Grum pot, have you?
No.
No, it's by penalty of death. Remember, you're not supposed to wash out your Grum cup. Dip.
We have my nanny's Grum pod from the 40s.
Still has that jazzy tea in it. That post-depression tea.
It's like slow roasting.
Yeah.
It's slow and slow, as we always said in the Grum message boards.
You can kind of taste the pre-war racism in it if you drink it.
Yeah, that's true. That's
on
probably...
the honest truth here. Would you guys drink this every morning?
I don't think I drink it every morning, but I think I drink it.
Would you? If there was an easy way of making this, would you wake up and like if there was just like a single pack, like a Tassimo disc that you could pop in that would make this flavor that we're drinking right now? Would you actually? And it was approximately the same as any other cup of any drink, coffee, plain tea. Would you ever buy these discs?
Yes, I would. I would not drink it every morning.
No,
but But I think like maybe an evening style, like you've got people over type of drink. I think it's actually
this.
pretty good.
I would not. No, I would definitely. This is like it's the worst of both worlds.
So you wouldn't drink it at your.
You really hate this, eh?
This is.
The more I drink it, the more it tastes like spaghetti.
Tastes like spaghetti? What? I never got that.
Yeah, the bigger chugs I take, it's starting to like the appeal's starting to wear off a bit.
But it tastes specifically like spaghetti.
There's still some left if you want to try.
Yeah.
Would you like the rest?
But I drank it. I didn't get any spaghetti out of it.
I'll admit I'm getting something weird. Like it sort of tastes like a meat sauce. Mm-hmm. Like there's something that like doesn't taste like it should.
I'm gonna have to go at this from another angle.
Chili,
from meat
spaghetti,
sauce angle.
something of that.
Yeah.
Ilk. Take a good swig too. Don't sip.
And let it move around your mouth a little.
Let it really roll down your throat in a gradual way. Meat sauce?
I get what. Yep, meat sauce. I get what you're saying.
It's
very meat saucy.
I don't know why.
Yeah, that's a weird. Maybe that's part of the Phoenix Downy nature of this coffee. Is there some sort of meat sauce in it that
I'm guessing it's just like
you?
the sort of like complex burned taste that you're getting.
Yeah, we can try. Maybe we can save. Do we want to do two more?
Yeah, we can do two more.
Yeah,
we'll save that.
We'll save that for last.
So
let's make a little longer episode because of all the.
Now I'm feeling a little sleepy, so we have this high caffeine tea.
This expired high calf tea.
Well,
so now it promises that it almost has 10 more milligrams of caffeine than normal coffee, which isn't a lot really for a.
So we'll use about 7 of these.
Yeah,
an average drip coffee. An average drip.
More than that.
Okay.
I should get water for us here.
Let's do
an average drip coffee has about.
Let's do Nima used to do it.
150.
Yeah. So we've put about 4 of these tea bags in here of this high calf tea. So we about to get full.
You won't be hearing from us.
Have you ever watched? So just a warning. Have you ever seen the Event Horizon? That's what's going to happen here.
Exactly.
It's going to be the next 30 minutes. Going to be very confusing and disturbing. And you'll remember you watched it when you're a child, when you're an adult, and you'll just be confused about things like why your parents let you watch it, why the movie exists, what Sam Neill was thinking, etc.
I never questioned what Sam Neill was thinking.
No.
I think maybe we should go with this. Are we thinking like a hazelnut?
Hazelnut or French vanilla? What do you think will go better with this crappy high calf tea we all bought for $2?
I think the French vanilla, because I feel like it'll have a bit of a strong flavor that the French vanilla will sort of soften.
Very nice.
Sure.
Nice choice. That's Jeff. He has his degree in Grum.
Yes.
And a minor in ethnic studies.
We're just enthusiasts.
Yeah, me and Josh are. Well, we're all enthusiasts in this grand world. I think
that the sharper tones that are going to be present in that high calf tea will go well with a softening.
How does this cup?
Oh, sorry. So you've never used a Tassimo before, so have you already popped that open?
So guys, get ready. This tea promises us we will be entering a state of calm alertness called the tea mind.
That sounds terrifying. Calm alert.
We will be entering a Zen state.
Are you on?
I believe so.
Okay, we will be entering a Zen state called tea mind. We will ascend to a higher plane of existence and we'll leave you smucks behind. That's what you get for listening to our podcast.
Does it actually say schmucks on there?
Yeah, it says smucks. People who listen to the smoothie podcast are smucks.
Yes, it actually does.
It mentions
I'm trying to read this to see how much of an idiot you are. This does not say schmucks.
We will enter a black hole. We will glimpse the singularity.
Yeah.
I also like how you can't pronounce schmucks.
Schmucks?
You kept saying smucks.
Schmucks.
Is it Smuckers or Schmuckers?
Schmuckers. Smuckers? It has to be good.
I don't know.
Schmuckers sounds tastier.
Yeah. Good point.
We'll slap some Schmuckers on there.
So for serious here, are we leaving all of the tea bags in there?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So now we have
this is another case of what happens when Tanisha goes away for a week.
This happens.
Is we make really bad decisions.
So now Now it's about a layer. It's like a fossil layer.
If you're watching
of
the
tea.
video here, let me put this up to the camera for those of you watching the video.
Yep, that's a
solid layer, almost like a lattice. We're almost latticing the tea bags into the jar.
In 100 years, they will discover this and know about our culture based on this layer of tea.
A good Grum is sort of built like a lasagna.
Yep. Noodles and meat.
Just like a good Italian man.
Like our last beverage, it tastes kind of like lasagna too.
Yeah. Josh is still going at this.
I'll admit I finished mine quickly, but I did not enjoy it.
I'm such a fan of the beverage that I really like to take my time with it. Would you consider yourself a bit of a Grum snob?
Well, you got your degree and your major in Grum.
Are we
right?
talking on the True here, or are we just talking?
We're all talking on the True.
On the
This whole thing is the
Grum is
True.
fucking disgusting.
No, it's
Every cup of Grum I've ever
stop
made.
breaking the illusion.
Jeff, they'll send the thought police after us.
I
Say it's
said
amazing, Jeff.
True. I said True.
Jeff,
I prefaced it with True.
Jeff,
True
Trues.
Have you seen the movie? Have you seen
Cloud Atlas.
Cloud
Yeah,
Atlas.
we're talking True here, Jeff.
I know, Josh. Have you ever seen it?
No, I'm not seeing
Josh hasn't seen it.
Okay, well, we're talking on the True.
That language.
Yeah.
My favorite language in any movie.
You should read the book because the whole chapter is written in that language.
That sounds worse. That sounds like
The
then
book
I
is
can't
amazing.
understand anything that's happening.
But I trust David Mitchell so much more than I trust like the Wachowskis when it comes to like really lofty storytelling.
But can we talk about how excited I am for Jupiter Ascending? The Wazowski's anime movie? Where
Is it animated?
No, it just looks like an anime. Channing Tatum is a space elf, there's lizard people, there's mechs. Mila Kunis is a space princess.
I'm not gonna get
Is this what?
This is a live action movie. It's coming out at the beginning of February.
What?
Yeah.
Can we all see this?
Yeah, I'm gonna go see it for opening night, man.
I'm there.
I'm so excited for this movie.
It's nice. It's nice they're still letting the Wachowskis like make movies.
This water here should be boiling, right?
I mean, maybe Cloud Atlas made a lot of money.
I'll tell you, as a true tea fanatic, the correct temperature for your tea is actually just sub-boiling.
Well,
A lot of people say like
What about as a Grum fanatic?
like 89 degrees.
as a Grum fanatic, you want it blazingly hot.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
like
you want to burn the shit out of that tea.
Scaldingly hot. Oh, that
And
looks
not too
wonderful.
much because we don't want to water it down too much. Let's just get it right over the top of those tea bags, and that's good. That's good.
Okay.
The rest of the water will come from the Tassimo. So we'll just let this. We'll swirl this a little bit before we
Always remember to swirl.
swirl your
shaken,
Grum.
not stirred. If you
Yep.
stir,
That's how we make it at the TJ and Mike basement bar.
It's true. The TJ and Mike radio tower for radio excellence.
Is that the full title?
Radio
The
tower.
radio
Excellence.
yeah.
And
Yeah, not a lot of people. It's already gone.
oh, I'm sorry.
Just let it go.
You dumbass.
See, flashing green means go.
Ooh, that's a fun noise. Chug a lug, chug a lug.
This thing makes amazing noises, actually.
Yeah.
Mm.
I had a toss machine. It broke within a year.
Oh yeah.
That sounds like it's well within your warranty because they
I
have
don't think it
2-year
was.
warranties.
I checked. It wasn't.
Were you
Then it
trying?
wasn't well within a year.
Okay, well,
they have
either
like,
way.
they have like, or at least this one has like a 2-year warranty.
Does it?
Were you trying to utilize it in ways it shouldn't have been utilized?
Probably.
Like were you trying to turn like an orange into like a glass of
Yeah.
orange juice?
Yeah, a lot of bananas went in the toss machine.
How many?
A
Depends
disturbing
on how
amount.
swollen my hands are.
The most inside joke I've ever heard in my life.
No, this is the most inside joke. Vendors and soup. Let's go talk to some vendors. Get some soup, Josh.
Oh, people will soon find out about
I
that.
really hope that someday we become famous enough that people come back, watch this podcast, and then like make that connection, and they're like,
know.
"No, I totally understand."
I
that
got the
joke now."
vendors. I got the soup.
So if you're listening at home, remember about vendors and soup.
Yeah, vendors and
that
soup
will
totally.
come up later.
Yeah. Anytime you see Josh and Ian and there's vendors and soups involved, just tap the side
Tap
of your
your
head
head.
and know I know a thing that others don't.
Because no one listens to this.
So look at the light. Just wait for the light to tell you that it's safe.
Green
to move
means
it.
stop.
Green
Everyone
means-
knows this in Grum.
Flashing green means
culture.
I'm spewing fucking hot liquids.
What is that? Oh, that means it needs more water?
It's out of water, I guess.
Okay, well then we can probably remove it if there's no more water in the machine.
Yeah.
So this is our high caffeine tea mixed with a French vanilla.
And a lot of other tea bags.
It smells nice.
Does it?
Kind of.
Does it? Really, though?
It smells like popcorn or something.
What? Oh, it totally does. What's happening here? What happened? This smells like
Smells
a...
like popcorn. Could
Yeah,
this
no,
be
this-
the perfect movie drink?
This could be. Because this smells
Should I
like...
get some butter? Have you ever had butter coffee, by the way? That's actually like a
No.
real thing.
No, but you bring it up all the time.
it's
You,
really
you,
fucking
you bring it
good.
up. You brought it up at least 5 times in the past couple days.
Really?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, keep doing that thing where you forget you keep bringing it up.
But yeah, this smells
Whatever.
like that kind of popcorn you get at those kiosks where it's like vanilla popcorn with like
a county mall.
yeah. Yeah, this is very popcorny, which is kind of disturbing.
It's got kind of like a, what is that smell? It's pleasant. It's definitely pleasant.
Yeah, it's a pleasant smell. What do you think, Jeff? Is this pleasant? You always go against us, so you'll think this sounds awful.
You're kind of an against the grain kind of grummer.
It smells. You know what? It really smells like something. It's not pop. It smells like. What the fuck does that smell like?
I know it's very distinctive, but I can't quite put my nose.
Something
on it.
like it's a Christmassy smell. I think.
It might be. Yeah. Well, let's drink it. Wow, that's a very
Woody sort of.
yeah, that's
taste.
what's going on?
not necessarily nutty. It's very nutty.
It's like a forest. It smells and tastes like a forest.
But
It tastes like I'm scraping my tongue along the ground of a forest. Like I'm just walking on all fours and just
Licking as you're wont to do.
perhaps I'm.
So there's patches. There's moments when I'm like, oh, that
Ooh.
doesn't taste so bad.
That was deer
But
dung.
most of it is like, no, this is a forest. Very sort of like, yeah. There's elements of sort of nuttiness that is good.
Yeah.
But then there's also elements of just dirt and wood.
when you really get a good sniff going, you do definitely get notes of like forest and trees. And,
Yeah.
And
This
ground,
is another one of those ones.
But
I think,
I like it.
I think this is like palatable. I think this is
Yeah.
something that some people would actually.
This is actually
drink.
fine. I can see myself.
This might actually be something that,
drinking
like,
this.
normally I drink my coffee and tea black. This is something I could see maybe with a little sugar would really shine a bit more. Because I think a lot of the problem is the bitterness in the low notes.
yeah, there's a little burnt on the back end.
There's a lot of like burn on the back end. There's a lot of bitterness on the low notes.
But I feel like the flavor profile is something that could actually work. But like you say, it's a little too. It's not nuanced enough for like it to really. Like you say, it's a little too burnt
The
tasting.
main character from Perfume would not be. He would not settle
This is
with
at least the third time you've referenced this movie when I'm around.
First
thing
of all, I was referencing the book.
The thing I learned about.
Okay.
The thing I learned,
Second of all,
Oh, you're referencing the book. Sorry.
second of all, it's a really great book and a really great movie.
the thing you'll learn about Jeff is he's only seen about 4 movies.
So what
yeah,
are the 4 movies
that's-
seen now? Grand Budapest Hotel you recently added.
That's what it is.
Short bus.
That's what it is that Ian doesn't realize. So up until now, Ian's been like, wow, Jeff is a really multifaceted person. But that's because you were just lucky enough to get me on like a full rotation,
So for the
full
next-
cycle.
so now,
But
yeah.
now the cycle starts again, and that's all there is to me.
Have you seen Perfume? Yes, Jeff, it's been 10 years. I know you.
Children of Men?
Short bus. Children of Men. Perfume.
Grand Budapest Hotel.
Grand
we were
Budapest
recently
Hotel,
talking
4
about
movies.
that. Yeah.
I've seen more movies than that.
Hackers.
I've seen Hackers, like...
Oh, by the way, are we
okay.
gonna go see Black Hat when it comes out so I can just hear you angrily groan the entire time?
I don't know that I trust myself to see it in a theater. I feel like I would actually get kicked out of the theater. Like, I could not hold myself back from, like...
From yelling at Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
These all get like.
Plus, I want to see it with Melinda, because she hates when I, like...
Get talky during
when I
movies.
get talky about, like hacker stuff in movies.
So you're just gonna complain to her the entire time and she's gonna
Well, she
murder you?
hates it in the way that she hates things, and that she's
it's like-
giggling and smiling
yeah.
and being like, "Stop it, you're an idiot," and then it's like, well, but you're smiling and giggling like an idiot.
These all get much worse the more you drink them. I find
Yeah.
all of them started off tasting pretty
I'm
good.
gonna take another big chug just to see what the taste profile
The
is.
big chug is important in really figuring out how
the big
how
chug on
rum
this one
works.
does not hold up.
Once again, meaty.
Yeah.
You get another meaty mouthful.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is, but well, most Grum tastes meaty in a good way, but none of these have tasted.
Yes.
no, yeah, this is.
Everyone
Well, okay,
listening at home.
I'll
will
tell you
know.
right now, as on the true, as someone who's had actually more Grum than either of these two.
We've all been drinking Grum our entire lives every day.
Okay.
We have our government allotted portion of Grum that we are given and drink, and if we don't drink, you don't want to know what happens. So we know.
But
You know what,
but okay.
This-
Here's something
this-
that you guys don't know.
Can I say one
Here's
thing
something you
about
guys
this?
don't know. I'm Class R.
Oh, when did that happen?
It's from birth.
While we're talking
My
about
parents are both Class R, so
What?
I was.
No way, they're so nice though.
But so as Class R, I've had like, so I started experimenting with Grum at a much younger age than you two. I've had a lot of Grum, and
so you've been grumming since you were a young boy.
or like since Montreal. But honestly, it has always been either really watery and gross or this meaty garbage.
Now, I just want to note that he can say this because he is a Class R. Grum is fantastic. Thank God for the Grum Corps for bringing us this amazing beverage.
While we're talking about government and Grum Corps, this particular cup tastes exactly what I imagined Victory Coffee would taste like. So
Victory Coffee.
1984.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is
Get up and do our calisthenics.
We
in front of Big
made
Brother.
Victory Coffee. We'll put this on the website later for everyone to have their own Victory Coffee.
I won't remember this recipe.
It's a really easy recipe. Take 1/2 coffee, 1/2 tea.
It shakes it up a little bit. Mix it up.
Period. That's it.
Make up your own
That's all there is in making Grum.
Can we make a Grum maker on our website that just randomizes the ingredients?
This last cup of Grum we're going to have to drink is just going to be kind of a mishmash.
Yeah.
So first of all, this instant coffee, this is meant to just go right in your...
We're going to put this right in here, and then we're going to pour hot water over all of it. And
So it has to be at least triple the normal.
Oh my god. We're going to have also... We're having legitimately a lot of caffeine here.
I know. I came here tired, and now I'm wired as hell.
Yeah.
I want to take on the... let's go party. Let's go. Let's
Hey,
go.
do you guys want to install? Do you guys want to install Debian and Windows 8.1 on my new PC?
Hell yeah, bro!
Oh yeah! I built a new
yeah.
PC, guys. Can I just talk a little bit about my new PC?
Yeah.
No one cares. But so for
We're going to edit this part out so you can talk.
No, we happen to have a show called Press Start,
which we haven't mentioned
We've
yet.
never pitched our... That's the thing we actually...
So we have a real show. This is our having fun and maybe 200 of you guys are actually listening. For some reason, there's actually 200 subscribers. But we have a real show called Press Start, which is about video game culture.
Pressstart.ca.
You can go to pressstart.ca. You can go to youtube.com/pressstart.ca. You can go to fucking anything. Yeah, just Twitter and
Twitter.com/pressstart.ca.
Pressstart.ca.
DOTCA.
I like how you just said @, as in
@pressstart.ca.
just slash.
No, I'm saying for Twitter.
Oh, twitter.com/.
Do you know how Twitter works?
No. Yeah, but I think the way that I explained it as a URL, you wouldn't put the @ symbol in there. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, so I built a new PC that's going to be our new editing rig, as well as obviously we're all gamers and I'm a gamer, so it's also going to be my gaming rig. But because it's going to be in my bedroom, it has to be silence optimized. So I had a lot of fun building a high-end, beast of a machine that could also run very quiet. What the hell was that, Josh?
Ian tried to turn the machine on, but it wasn't plugged in. But it's warm.
Well,
this smells real bad.
You were making a lot of that. You were making so much of that.
We gotta drink. Yeah, let's make a lot of this.
That's so much. It's gonna be so watery.
So let's read the package of the Rich and Dark.
Oh,
what is this?
It smells like tomato soup.
Tomato soup. Josh is behind the mic, so I don't know if you guys heard that, but he says that it smells like tomato soup.
So the only thing on this can... let me take a look at that. Why does it smell like tomato soup?
That doesn't make sense. How could that possibly be?
Never mix all those tea bags.
That smells exactly like tomato soup.
How could that are tomatoes actually made of tea and coffee? Is tomato an ingredient in that? How can that possibly smell so much? Okay, we say things smell like things a lot on our show.
Mostly jokes, but this is true.
Mostly it's a little bit it'll smell a little bit like something, and we're just sort of. No, this actually. Let me just finish my awful one first before we get this tomato soup.
Yeah, let's drink the bad drink first before we drink the tomato juice.
Soup.
All right, well, hurry up and check that. Yeah, if you're into video games, please check out Preston. I think you'd like it.
We're working on the second season.
We've got 7 episodes in season 1. If you don't like video games, then
fuck you.
Then we have this.
Oh, not fun. If you don't like video games, but you'd like to learn about them, we try to be a very inclusive and friendly show.
No, fuck you.
Okay. Right. Never mind.
Ian has spoken.
Oh no.
Continue.
Why did we hire Ian?
Jeff and I used to think games were for everyone.
We accidentally hired a bully.
Oh dear.
This is my show now.
All right. This could be the end of us, boys.
Oh my god, this smells really fucking bad. It's really the stuff that we do on regular Smoothie Criminals episodes always smells awful.
But that's a given.
this is a coffee and tea drink. I've never smelled a coffee or a tea that smells this bad.
Let's do it.
Do it to it.
Okay.
There's a lot of things happening
very
here.
Sour.
Yeah.
Very bitter.
So just to note, there's at least 10 tea bags in this tea by this point.
This is just Heart Attack City. That's all this is.
We're gonna be up all night now, by the way, guys. Get comfy.
This makes Starbucks coffee seem like
Not motor oil.
like a really like blonde. Yeah, it's.
I'll admit, I actually have I have a bit more respect for baristas after this because I always thought that if you just added anything to coffee, it would just be like glorious and wonderful. But clearly not. Like I'm sure, like this in terms of the caffeine intake.
We all knew this wasn't a good idea. There's 7 different tea bags in here,
and coffee,
and different types of coffee,
and instant coffee,
and the worst instant coffee you can ever buy.
I think we knew that wasn't going to work.
But it's kind of amazing how much it didn't work.
I will not admit to that, but
like it's like rewatching the Star Warses, the episode 1s and 2s of the world. You know it's not going to be great, but then you rewatch and you're like, oh yeah, this is really not great. This is worse than I expected.
I'm getting a little
That's
bit,
this cup.
I'm getting a little bit burpy.
Yeah.
A little gassy.
That's when you know you've got good Grum.
I've never had that with a tea or a coffee before.
Has this been one of your more pleasant Grumming experiences?
This one, no. The second and third one were pretty much on par.
Have you ever been grumming and it actually turned out quite well?
As well as the second and third one.
Okay.
There's only so good that coffee/tea can be. It's gonna taste like dumb every time.
We'll figure it out.
So drinking this is a real roulette, because sometimes you take a sip and the back end is super burnt, and sometimes it's not. I don't understand how this is happening.
I think what it actually is every time you take a sip, so the flavor in the coffee is actually not burned or non-burned. It's in
both at once.
It's in a superposition of the two. And then as you take a sip, depending on the angle of your mouth, it will then be observed as one or the other. And of course then any entangled Grum will also then be the opposite.
I'd love to try this again sometime with a coffee or hot beverage or just aromate expert. I think we should try this again, but with someone who actually knows how to prepare these beverages correctly.
This is starting to taste more and more like Starbucks coffee the more I drink it.
Oh, I'll tell you right now, I do not like Starbucks, but it's because of their price and their falutenness. Their drinks don't taste bad.
No, their coffee's awful. They're
very sweet.
They're just syrupy.
They're just very sweet and syrupy and sugary. But there's nothing that I would be unable to, aside from some of their weirder chai weirdnesses. There's nothing that I would have a problem drinking a cup of. It wouldn't be for $4. Swallowing my pride is the biggest part of it. But just in terms of the disgust, this, if someone gave me a Starbucks sized cup of this, I would toss it in the garbage.
Because we do have a Starbucks here at TJ Mike Tower.
Yeah, but that's
on the 13th floor.
That's on the 13th floor.
No one goes there.
That doesn't even exist. It's between the 12th and 14th.
Oh, you've never been? It's a spook.
Well, you can only go on Friday the 13th. Yeah. I don't come into work.
It's really weird. You walk in and there's no baristas and your coffee's already there, the one you want to order.
There's cobwebs.
Yeah, it's creepy.
And then you pick up the drink, you leave, and then you check your wallet and the exact amount is just taken
missing,
out.
Yeah.
And there's just empty baby cribs everywhere.
Yeah. On the bright side, you don't have to worry about all those douchebags on their laptops typing up screenplays.
That's true. But there are just typewriters always typing without any sort of typer.
That's a little, I can't tell which
creepy,
one I'd rather
But you know what? Very talented. Have you seen the stuff they're working on right now?
Oh, very good.
One of them is almost done his screenplay.
The Great American Novel.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Chad, yeah. Ooh.
Chad, yeah.
And every single one is by Dean Koontz. We should probably get going. We're all going to be up until 5 in the morning.
We're going to be up for the Nintendo Direct tomorrow. We're all going to be wired and ready for later.
Well, everyone, thanks for going on a Grum journey with us. Use some of these recipes at home. Try your own Grum blends.
And we'll be back with our regularly scheduled Smoothie Criminals.
With Tanisha and smoothies and hopefully her good taste.
Now remember, follow us on Twitter. What's the Twitter?
At
Smoothie Crims. Send us emails, tips at smoothiecriminals.ca. Anything you want to send us some recipe ideas, you want to send us ingredients.
You want to chat with Ian?
Yeah, you want to say hi to me?
Chat with Ian.
Yeah. If you just want to send them, if you're just lonely or sad, or
you got a question we want to answer? No,
I don't think we should open that.
No, don't. We got no.
Well, thanks anyways for listening. We'll catch you next week or in 2 weeks with a normal smoothie episode. Until next time, smoothies.
Grum. All hail the Grum Lord. The year of our Grum,
We're
2,500.
all grumming to you from the TJ and Mike Tower.
Bye.